Welcome back to Doc's Hot Shop and Forge. Today we're going to continue with the Treadle hammer build. As you'll recall in the last video in the series, I had mounted the strong back, the anvil, got the hammer ram in position, built the treadle and the up linkage. Today we're going to finish the spring return and get the hammer ready for use. There's still a fair bit of tweaking and adjusting to be done, where we have to ballast the ram, adjust the spring return, and adjust the final position of the up linkage. But it will be, by the end of today, ready to do a little bit of light forging, and we're going to make it start to earn its keep. It's going to make the first of the dies for the actual, to facilitate forging. So this will be a set of straight dies, and they will be drawn out of some 4140 hex bar. So let's get started. So, somehow we have to fit the treadle hammer into this area. I'm thinking it'll go in this corner, so I have to clear out my junk wire. Possibly find somewhere else for an old beating stump. May have to move the forge a little bit as well. It'll stick out to here, but I think this slab is really bad. I don't think it's very thick, and I definitely don't think there's enough reinforcing in it to sustain this. So I'm going to figure out how much concrete it would take to replace this little bit of concrete. I might see if I can get enough priced out before I mount the thing permanently. By the way, it's going to stick out to about there. I will still have access to that. Clear out this corner and move that a little bit. But I think it's doable for this corner. Just actually, if I have it. Right, push it back a little further to a space I don't really use, because I don't really use that formula. Will, and I tend to stand here when I'm doing it in the forge. So actually, yeah, so if I use column as a reference. There. We'll come out to about there. I mean, standing at 45 degrees, this will have to move. That's always a bit of a temporary thing. Well, after drilling and probing, looks like the slab's about 70 millimetres and may have some reinforcing of some description in it. Because I hit metal at one point in the first hole I drilled. So, it needs replacing. No way around it. It's going to be 0.3 of a cubic metre of concrete. So I'm in the process of adjusting this. I want the ram to go up a little bit, but I need the... And then I'll set the height for the treadle. Let me find a few things. Okay. Alright, let's see where that hangs. I think that's about it, because once I put dies on here, these two will actually meet up. And I'll have to tweak the chain lengths once I put a bit of ballast in here, because that's going to bring it down. So, that's a fairly resounding amount of energy, and it moves pretty damn quickly. So, I need to ballast these. Initially with sand, but I might switch that out to lead shot if I can get my hands on some. The back column needs filling with oiled sand just to deaden the noise. Because most of the noise comes out of this one and that one. So, we are essentially ready for the first smash. Could do with some slightly stronger return springs. Now I'll see what I can find that's greater than 25 kilos. It'd be good to get just a little more height. And once we add the weight of the dies and whatnot, they may not actually be strong enough. Anyway, I'm going to trim that chain off. and drill and secure the hammer. Now I'm about to fill this with sand and oil, so I'm going to put on PPE because my sand is very dry. So there's as little water in it as I could possibly manage it. I'm going to get this done, then I'm going to put some of that dry sand in there, tack on a cover plate, whilst I try and source some lead shot.
Alright, that takes us to about here.
Alright, so that's that one full. Well, it's a hammer. The ram as it stands weighs in at 40 pounds. So that's without the ballast that I really want to put in it, which is to backfill with lead shot, which would make it about 6. I'm happy to work with it at its current weight. I will need to get some extra springs for the return mechanism and some bracing to link the strong back to the anvil to reduce torsional loading. So how did first smash go? Well, we turned some 32mm by 120mm long 4140 hex bar into a rectangular piece that will form the forging dies for the hammer. We've ended at 25 by 32 by 130. So that's sufficient material for the top and bottom tools. So I'll get to making that, and there'll be a video to follow that covers this. If you would like to support the channel, I now have a Patreon. Any donations made will be just that, donations. The content will always be free. A link to that Patreon account is in the description down below. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. Feel free to share on social media. And as always, if you haven't subscribed already, love it if you subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload a video. So get out to your shop, have fun, But do stay safe, and I'll catch you for the next one.